All right, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor go unto the Most High Power, Yahweh, in the name of His beloved Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors go unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that do rule exceptionally well. Also, Shalom, salutations, mercy, and blessings to you, sincere brothers that's out there that push this word with truth and with faith. My name is Thabo Ahmad of Great Millstone Northwest, and I got a real quick little lesson, Lord willing. It's a quick little lesson. Just based around the fact that there's a lot of guys, particularly the men in Great Millstone. There's brothers that's starting to lose faith, man. You know, there's more and more brothers that's starting to bug the hell out and lose faith and be tempted by by wayward doctrines or be tempted by Satan himself to find something wrong with the things that they've been taught and been going along with for years, or been acting as if they've gone along with it for years, and now it's coming to find out that they have a big problem with something that's really minute and really not even that big a deal, things that don't really have anything to do with salvation. They just want something, some type of reason to have a problem all of a sudden, whether it be with the apostles themselves or whether it be with some part of the doctrine. It's too heavy for them. They get tempted. They lose that faith, and that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to lose faith, man. So just real quick, I only got a couple scriptures. They're both from the same book of James, all right, who was the brother of Yahweh Shai. And the first little portion of scriptures we're going to have is in the first chapter. And then after that, we're going to jump to the fourth chapter and read a little bit. All right. I'm going to start right here at James 1 and 12. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." And just with that, I mean, that's practically the entirety of the lesson in itself. You know what I'm saying? With that very first line of the first scripture I'm bringing out, that's practically the entire point I'm trying to make, is that more importantly, we have to endure the temptation, man, and for us to be blessed. All right, you don't get a full day's wage by only going to work for half the day, man. You go into work, you're supposed to work a 9 to 5, and you only work from 9 till 1 p.m. That's not gonna get you all 8 hours worth of pay, man. In this type of thing, you have to finish the entire day to get paid at all. If you don't finish the whole day, you're not getting paid whatsoever, man. You'll get paid, but it's not gonna be what you desire. You're gonna get paid in a negative way rather than in the positive way of what you're seeking. So it's a true statement when it says that blessed is the man that endureth temptation, man. And we're here to be tempted. We're here to be tried in the fiery. It's a fiery trial, man. We're in a furnace right now, man, seeing what type of metal we truly are. But we have to have a strong mind, and the only way we'll have a strong mind is if we truly are in these scriptures with a good understanding of what the scriptures are saying, man. you know, and also with faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, with faith in this word. All right, you gotta have faith in the doctrine as well, man. Our doctrine is based upon faith. All right, the name, the Hebrew, the apostles being the leaders of Israel, all of that's based on faith, man. All right, the doctrine, everything is based around faith. If you don't got faith, you're not gonna endure temptation. There's no way it's gonna happen, man. It's not. Temptation's gonna swoop you one way or another. You may hold out and put up a valiant fight for a good little bit, but eventually you're gonna eventually you'll get weak. Eventually you'll fall. So reading on, it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh Shai have promised to them that love him." Okay. "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man." All right. So when guys are starting to splinter off and go their own separate way, when they're tempted with whatever it is that they get tempted by, they can't say that, "Oh, dude, it's the Most High's will for me to blah 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 blah." Granted, for those with the higher understanding, you will understand that no man goes against the Most High's will. But if the Most High gives you over to your own lust, he he does that off his, hey, that's because really you really weren't the right metal. All right, you was casted away. The Most High can cast any of us away. That's why you really have to be in fear. You have to be in fear, man. As you're being tempted, you got to be in fear, you know? It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempts he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own, drawn away of his own lust and enticed. All right, and that's the point, you know. Guys get drawn away by their own lust, and your lust doesn't have to be something that's like a vile, something nasty. It's anything that's going, any fucking, like, you know what I'm saying. Lust can be a mindset. You know, you change your mindset about, oh, this doctrine doesn't make sense to me anymore. It's the same doctrine. Doctrine has not changed. The same doctrine that's been preached since you know, since you came into this truth. But yet, all of a sudden, it's a big problem, man. Something small, something that has nothing to do with salvation is going to be the thing that's going to draw you away. All right, the first big major one that came about, that was like a something that was like a little topic that drew a lot away for me. You know what I'm saying, that I noticed was like when the flat earth, that shit, I was like, guys are really getting drawn away by that shit. But hey, that lust will draw them away, you know. Now the new thing, I guess, is harlots, that coming up again, you know. Harlots, even though it's proven in the scriptures that forefathers have used harlots. And the thing is, if you don't want to use if you're against using a harlot, don't use a harlot, man. Me myself, I've never had a harlot a day in my life, you know. At the same time, there are brothers that have had harlots, man. You know, and of course harlots is nasty, but guess what? All these women out here is nasty, man. All right, no different than a harlot. I guarantee you that the woman that's a secretary at your job, or the woman that's a cashier at your favorite grocery store, at your favorite convenience store, all right, or the woman that that's a goddamn mail lady, all right. All of them has had more men than just one, and they fuck them just to be able to gain something out of it, which makes them a harlot, man. All right, so you shouldn't really be getting caught up on little small little things like that. But as it says when he is drawn away, it says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, man. You know, so even a different doctrine could be considered a lust. And to prove it, let's just go ahead and look into this word real quick. And I am trying to hurry up. Oh, Salak, I don't got my internet plugged in. Let me plug my internet back in. Salakia for that. Okay, it should load up now. Let's try this again. I'm going to look up this word lust from James 1:14. Here we go. Greek word, epithemia, it looks like. Let's hear them out.
Strong's G, 1939. Epithemia.
I'm getting a little better at that Greek. It says lust, I'm gonna have to look up this word. Slakia, we're gonna have to look up this word because I don't even know what that word is. Concupiscence. Let's Google that. But first, desire, lust after. It says desire, craving, longing, desire for what is forbidden, a lust. And this is what everybody thinks lust is desiring after something that's forbidding. But as it says, it's a desire, a craving, a longing. You know, these guys long for something different, man. All right, it says a strong sexual desire. That's what this word is. Concupiscence or something. Forgive me if I'm saying that incorrectly. You know, and it may be where you know this word. Hey, me, I don't know the word. So, a desire, a craving, a longing, a desire for what is forbidden, a lust, man. Some people have lust of the heart just in their mind, man. They long for that strange woman, that adulterous woman, being a different doctrine, you know, than what they were taught, you know, originally. You know, even though there's nothing wrong with what they were taught originally. It's just some guys, they're not meant for this thing. They got to splinter off. A desire, a craving, a longing, the desire directed towards, with great desire, desire for what is forbidden, lust, for unclean intercourse, let's see, of the thing by which the desire is excited. You get the point, man. All right, I don't really want to get hung up on it, but that's, guys are getting caught up in their own lust, man. That's why they're and enticed. It says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. The sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. And some of that sin can be the simple fact of making a big spectacle, drawing away guys from the flock, man. Which, if they get drawn away from the flock, it was meant for it to happen anyway. But guess what? Their blood is going to be required at your hand, man. All right, verse 16, it says, "Do not err, my beloved brethren." And I think I might title it, "Do not err, my beloved brethren," man. That word err means, to pretty much sin, to err. Just look it up real quick. I'm not gonna go too far into it. I just want to cause to go astray. All right, to lead astray, to lead aside from the right way, man. And that's the spirit. All right, to go astray, wander, roam about. All right, the word err is the word
Strong's G 4105.
planao.
Planao.
My vowel points are a little different in this Greek, but I'm getting better at it. Okay, so that's the point there. Next, I want to grab, and I said that this is going to be quick, but it's looking like it's about to be a 15 or 16 minute video. Just James chapter 4, start verse 1. It says, "From whence come wars and fightings among you," meaning pretty much from among the brotherhood, or among the brethren. "Come they not hence, even from your lust that war in your members." Okay, so pretty much, like I'm saying, guys are starting to splinter off more and more. Guys are coming up against the apostles. They're coming up against the doctrine. They're coming up against Great Millstone as a whole. But really, it's all from their own lust that's in them, man. Their own wickedness, man. All right. It says, "Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain." All right, these guys desire these high seats, but they can't obtain these high seats, man. It wasn't meant for them. All right. "Ye fight in war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not." Ask not of the Heavenly Father. It says, "Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust," man. Meaning that there's guys they're the only reason they're asking for it and shit. They're not asking of it of a sincere heart. They're not asking for the good gifts like wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith. All right, patience. All right, endurance for those to be able to turn about when those temptations come up against you, man. To be able to endure that, man. To have the power to turn Satan away. All right, you gotta pray that you get tempted not. Does it not say in the Lord's Prayer, "Lead us not into temptation"? Isn't that a line in the Lord's Prayer? Praying that the Most High lead us not into temptation, which we just read that it's not the Most High that leads you into temptation. But really what that line is talking about is that you have that endurance to not fall into that temptation, man. To not get caught up on any of these little temptations that's coming about, all right? It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?" And why is he calling them adulterers and adulteresses? It's because this lust that guys are getting caught up with is in their own mind, man. Really, and they're going against the doctrine. You're flirting with a different doctrine. You're changing up the doctrine. If you're flirting with a different doctrine, guess what? That's adultery. You're engaging in this whole different doctrine now. That's adultery, man. It says, "Ye know not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh." Okay, that's plain to the point. "Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy? But whosoever he giveth more grace, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. And pride is when you depart from your maker." All these guys are starting to change up the doctrine, change up this shit, go after their own lust. All right, losing that endurance towards that temptation. All of them, they end up being extremely proud. We got too many examples. All right, way too many examples than what's wanted. And it's out there. You can see it, man. So pretty much that was the point. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. As always, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors unto the apostles and the elders. All right, who is worthy of worship, man? You guys got to get over that. You guys got to get the hell over that, man. They're worthy to be worshipped. All right, not worshipped on the same sense as the brothers in Chicago said. Not worshipped into the same sense as we worship the Most High, or worship Yahushua even. All right, because Yahushua is to be worshipped. That's another thing guys are getting caught up on. Yahushua is to be worshipped. All right, not but the apostles, they're worshipped too. That all that word means is reverence, man. All right, all that word means is reverence. All right, giving honor where the honor is due. All right, is not the apostles and the elders worthy of double honor? Of course they are, man. Why? Because they labor in this truth. But citations, mercy, blessings, and peace onto you sincere brothers that's out there that push this word with truth and faith, man. All right, until next time, I say shalom.